Hi everybody and good morning. I am so excited to have some extra time, not really. I got up extra early today to be able to do this video because I've been sitting on this foundation for a little bit that I wanted to make sure to share it with you guys because I didn't know what the difference was between the Superstay, the new one, and the Tint that I have. These are both the same shade, believe it or not. So at the end of this video, I will make sure to swatch these both so you'll be able to see. Both of these are in 129. I get both of these on Amazon. If you're interested in anything that I'm going through, ask me and I will definitely put in the comment the link. And if a lot of people ask me, I'll put it and I'll pin the link of where I picked these up and what I paid and all of that so that you guys will have that. All right. But I don't want to just do links and links and links. And then if no one uses them, it's just a lot of extra time for me. This is not my job. This is something that I choose to do. It started, as a hobby to be able to get myself out of a comfort zone from a full-time job to being able to still be able to work, but also have this time that is my time with you guys, where we have this time together to learn a little bit more about the brands, the products, the deals, and of course, the spoilers on the subscription boxes that I'm enjoying too. I just opened up yesterday the one from Macy's, and there were so many great products in there that I knew I was going to try them today. So I thought if I can get up a little extra earlier, get some emails done first thing in the morning, and then sit here, then I'd be able to share with you about what I purchased about a week ago that I only had a chance to wear just once. But I picked for myself in the add-ons, the Hourglass. So I know I'm going to be trying that foundation too. So I wanted to sit down and make sure to do this with you guys today because not yesterday, it's already a couple days ago, I got from Influencer this beautiful, beautiful Lancome foundation. That was the first Get Ready With Me that I did this month. So I'm really excited that if you haven't watched that video, I'll try to link it down below. That was a full long video where I had the opportunity to show you this and then share a lot of other products and some makeup tips. And based on your comments, I was a little overwhelmed with how welcoming you were with this type of video, as well as that things that I was doing, you were saying you weren't seeing other people do. And also, as maybe a more mature person, a lot of us watch people that are a lot younger than us. So I never even put that into my mindset. So thank you so much for taking the time to write in the comments about that. But like I said, I've had the opportunity to wear this just once, but this I've had an opportunity to wear a couple of times, but I'm so shocked by the exact same shade being so different in shades, but we'll do that at the end and we'll do that there. I also have some other foundations that I wear from the drugstore that I think I enjoy a little bit more, but I'm still testing this one out. The one that I've shared with you for a long time on my channel is from Catrice. This is their True Skin. The shade that I wear is 033. This one I ended up choosing in the shade Cool. You can see that it is already like at the bitter end. I already have a backup of this. And the same thing from the drugstore that I think this is only available at Walmart, which I do not shop at very, very rarely, put it that way. But I do go to that store specifically for the hard candy brand. And this is the Glamouflage. So I'm somebody that likes a little bit more full coverage. That's just who I am. And but I do wear BB creams and CC creams if I'm just running to the supermarket and things like that. But I wanted to know what the difference was between the Maybelline and the Skin Tint, which I'll share with you in this video, and then we'll go through all that as well. So let's get started because, like I said, the day will get away from me. If you're not familiar with my channel, normally what we do here is we talk a lot about the brands, the products, the deals, and of course the spoilers on the subscription boxes too, but I do not edit. And I do all my research ahead of time because as soon as I know something, I want you guys to know it too, so that we're in the know together. So if I'm getting a deal, I want you to be able to get a deal at the exact same time. So I share with you all the time that I use these brightening under eye. This one's called the Instant Awake. It is an under eye brightener from the brand called Catrice. And let me just see if there's something written on the back here. Yeah, this one is in light rose. And this is what it looks like here. And this is the closest dupe to the Becca, and because I'm doing a drugstore, I wanted to sit down here, and I'm getting really good at trying to wash my brushes right after I'm doing filming so that I have the same clean brushes that I can show you the next day. And I don't know if I brought that other brush here that I normally use for this type, so I'm going to pull this one here. Like I said, I'm so a little out of sorts because that is usually where I do my makeup. So everything is like hands. I'm able to get into it really, really easily. Let me just take 2 more seconds to see if I put it here. And I really don't think I did. So we're going to use this guy. So what I do This is very similar to the Becca, and the Becca got, they closed, but some of the products from Becca's brand got picked up by Smashbox, so it's called Smashbox by Becca. And what I do with this is I put it right underneath my eyes. I put it where I want to create a little bit more brightness. So it ends up being something, this guy's finally coming out over here. I got rid of wood on one side, and then the visitor, he got lonely, so he opened up a place on my face over here. So what I do is normally this, I try to do, I like when it's either this type of color or a salmon color. I find for me, that helps brighten up a little bit in that area. And it's so funny, you get used to using certain brushes and then you end up not trying new brushes, but because of the subscription boxes, we get the opportunity to try a lot of products, but you also have to have the time during the day to be able to go through all of those type of products. Otherwise, if you're like me and you only have a certain amount of time to do your makeup and get out the door, that's sometimes what happens. So I'm trying to wake up a little bit earlier to try to get time to do this. But the morning's already getting away from me. And when I say morning, I'm talking about even before the sun comes up, because I had to respond to emails. I also love to be able to read your comments and get the information back to you, because I know a lot of you are new to subscription boxes like I was about 5 years ago. And what ends up happening is somebody asked me this morning about the Allure Choice. And they said, how come the Choice now isn't the Merit? Allure does it a month ahead, where with Ipsy, we only have it a month ahead with the Glam Bag, but not with the BoxyCharm box. So little things could be confusing that sometimes we all take for granted, because I've been doing this now over 5 years. So things that are like common sense to me now, I have to remember that 5 years ago it wasn't, and that's where I like to, share what's going on. Also, this is something that I've been using and I've really been enjoying also from the boxes. It's from Seraphim Botanicals. This is the Alfalfa Glaze Long Wearing Hyper Glow. This has a beautiful scent to it that if you want to use it first thing in the morning, it will help to give you that wake me up type of scent that is just, it's just like a field of flowers to me, but not like rosy, just really, really nice. So that's what this looks like here. I'm just going to put that to, like I said, we've already done all the other skincare prep, and normally I would have done this first, but of course I'm talking, so what I'm putting over, normally I would do this first and then do that second step that I just did first right after. So we'll let this sink in, and while this is sinking in, I'll read to you a little bit of the differences between the two, because I did a little research on it yesterday because I wanted to know what the differences were. But I was really surprised about the color difference, which, like I said, we'll go through together after. So starting with this one, this is the newest one. This is the new Superstay Foundation. This is supposed to be medium to full coverage, but it's supposed to have a matte finish, which is what I prefer. And the formula is oil-free, long-lasting, and designed to resist smudging. And then it's suitable for all skin types, including oily and combo, which is what I am. And they're saying it will provide a natural, flawless finish. And again, it says it stays for 24 hours, which I don't wear my makeup for 24, but it's good to know. The other one that is the one that's been out for a while is the Skin Tint. And this is supposed to be light to medium. And this has a natural skin-light finish. This is lightweight, but it's infused with vitamin C. And it's designed to brighten the skin. And then it's suitable for all skin types, including sensitive. It provides a radiant, natural look that also supposed to last 24 hours. Now, the difference, they're saying the Superstay Foundation, which is the newest one, they're saying this one here is supposed to offer us the full coverage with a matte finish, making it ideal for those who want full coverage and long-lasting makeup. And on the other hand, the Superstay Tint provides a lighter, more natural look with adding brightness from the vitamin C, and is perfect for that more radiant finish. So that's the big difference between the two. So this is what was out for a long time. So this is what I ended up using, but I'm still I'm gonna definitely swatch this on the back of my hand, because only when I pulled it out did I realize that this is the same number, and yet this one looks so much darker in the tint. But again, the formula is different, so we don't know. It has a pump, it is a glass bottle, which is always a treat. I'm gonna be using a beauty sponge. This one I think is from Wet n Wild. It's it's on its last legs. I'm just trying to use up a lot of things and trying to make more space for others. So I'm just going to put this on the back of this sponge. This is already wet. And then I'm going to just do the little bounce. So definitely you can see how nice the coverage is. And if you want even more coverage, if you don't want to like put it on and then build, always using brushes will give you more coverage than a sponge. But I wanted to, because we are going to be out and about a lot today, I wanted to try to get the feeling of it with a sponge. I've tried it with a brush and I enjoyed it, but I haven't done it yet with a sponge. And I like to do a sponge. I'm just more comfortable with it, which is so ironic because all my life I was a brush girl. But when Beauty Blender came out, I felt it made all of our makeup look like it melted into our skin better, which makes sense because you're putting more moisture back. But make sure your Beauty Blender isn't wet, it's just damp. So wring it out as much as you can and then let it sit for a little bit and then you should be fine. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit more again in the center of my face. It's like half a pump because that's where I have a lot of my discoloration. And then I'm going to put some concealer on. So I think it's a really pretty finish. I don't think it looks heavy on the skin at all. And that's that. So that's the first step. Then I pulled out some concealers from the drugstore section. As I shared with you in the other video, what I tried to do was get these acrylic drawers that when I pull out, I have drugstore concealers and I have higher end concealers, just so that when I want to sit down or make a video, or that's my fan. So the last video you guys said it, you didn't hear it at all, so I appreciate that. So what we have here is I pulled from my drugstore area the concealers. So this is Maybelline. This one, as you can see, also really well loved. This is the Age Rewind. These are absolutely fantastic. And all you do is you twist it to make the it come up through the sponge, and then I just dot it in the center of the face. And I pulled out a brush that we got in our boxes. I'm trying to test other brushes. And this has kind of that same paw-like that we showed the other day with the BK Beauty. And this has a lighter tone to it because I always like to brighten up the middle of my face. So I took this other one out in case we needed it, but I don't think we do. This is the Revolutionary Supersize. I wasn't sure how much was left in the other, so I'll use this one in another video. But it's funny, I was watching the other day TikTok, which I very rarely watch, but I was having trouble sleeping and I had the phone beside the bed, so I turned the phone on and I was going through Instagram, and Instagram to me is more like to see what's up and coming, the newest, latest. And then I find TikTok to be a little bit more entertaining. I'm just using a little Communtiy brush. This is, I think, from IT Cosmetics many years ago. Most of my brushes were all from IT Cosmetics for the longest time, because I used to get a lot of my makeup from the shopping channels. And the time that you spend doing your base should be where you spend most of your time, because that's what you're expecting to, you know, last all day. So the more you press it in, the more you work on your base. I feel I have less where it will break down and stuff. So try to give yourself a little extra time if you can on your base. And then that's it. So I have now a little bit more dimension. We have the lightness in the center, which is what you want, and then the, you know, the regular skin on the other side. So now we have our base on. So with this, I also pulled out an old powder from Ciate London. I already have a backup and a backup of this I've shared with you. We have it in coconut. I think this one might be the coconut one. I have a watermelon one. I'm really enjoying these, but so many people have written to me that they think Ciate London is might not be a brand that we're going to see that much around, even though we're still getting it in our boxes, which I really enjoy because I do enjoy this brand. So what I'm going to do with this is, where did I put it? I'm going to take one of these that you can get off Amazon. Again, anything that you are interested in, if it's available on Amazon, I will definitely make it easy for you and do a link. Just leave me a comment and I will do my best to do that. So I already took the top of the sifter out because we're in the bottom, and that's what you should do. Even when you think there's nothing left, there is a lot left that you'll get at least a couple more uses out of if you do that. And then I'm just going to place it here where I put the concealer. Now remember, I'm a combo girl, so powder for me is my friend. And also, if you live in places where it's humid, I find that helps also to keep the oils at bay. And what I'm doing is I'm just trying to press it in with this, and then I will take a large brush and wipe it all away. Okay, and just a large kabuki brush. So hopefully that filled in whatever pores, you know, were showing through, and that's that. Now we're going to go into the section here that I'm going to do a quick contour. This is from Context Skin. As you can see, almost finished this guy too. And then what I do is I go under, because I didn't do contour the other day, I just wanted to show you guys. Any brush that you have, this is again in cosmetics, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to be a little denser and on an angle so that you can get it exactly where you want it. And here you want to try to, when you do contour, you want to try to go in the hollows of your cheeks. So if you, that's where it will be. And then the bronzer will go above that. So what you're trying to do is to create a shadow. Now remember, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just someone that is a beauty enthusiast and been wearing makeup all my life. So you learn, constantly learn new tricks, and you know, technology changes with makeup, so techniques have to change too. But this is how I do mine, and you guys seem to have an interest in that, which is nice. So if I can help anybody get a little bit out of their comfort zone and start to enjoy a little bit more, because as we know, life is short, and makeup is something you can put on and you can take off. But makeup also can make you feel a certain way, like it does for me, and it sometimes makes me feel really, really nice. So now we have from the box yesterday from Laura Geller. This is here. So when I saw this, I thought this would be a good bronzer, but I'm gonna put it on and it might be a little bit too warm because when we swatched it the other day, I was surprised that it looked so much darker in the pan to me than it did on when I took it to here. And I'm gonna I pulled out an old large IT Cosmetics bronzer, and I'm just gonna put it on the other finger here so we can see the difference between the two. So this one here is the one from the Laura Geller, and this one here, yeah. So this in the pan to me looked like a bronzer, but I think it's more like a peach, because with this one here, you can see that that has a more warmer tone. So I'm happy I pulled out that because I think I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics, but I'll use both blushes. I'll show you the two of them on my skin. I think we'll do one and then one on the other. Now one on the other. I'm gonna put one, you'll see. All right, I'm trying to talk and explain at the same time. So I have two different brushes that I use for bronzer. I have this one if I want to be more precise, but one of my oldest favorite brushes from IT Cosmetics is this one here. And if you're an IT Cosmetics girl, you know what I'm talking about. So these are the type of brushes that years ago, we used to take our brushes that were like this and then hold it so that we can get it exactly where we wanted it. Where IT Cosmetics has a brush like this that you don't have to worry. And when you have big bronzers like this, it just makes it a lot easier to put it all on the brush, and then it's an easy sweep. So as you're gonna see here, it just fits exactly where it needs to go. Is that not amazing? A lot of fun. All right, let me do the other side. And then just a little bit down here. Okay, now I'm gonna use, and I mentioned it to you the other day when I didn't have it here, but I wanted to show you. It's a little kabuki brush that I have. This one's even just from Wet n Wild. You can get them from, I have it from Makeup Forever, all of them. This one, because what you wanna do is you always wanna buff in afterwards so that any harsh lines, you're hopefully diffusing a little bit as you go. Perfect. And then that's that. So we got that one down. And now we're gonna look for the makeup brush. Again, IT Cosmetics. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the peach one first. And then I'm gonna put it here. And a lot of times, if I don't have time for eye makeup, I'll put a little bit on whatever's left on my brush here. Yeah, this is more of a peachy hue as opposed to brownie. And then I'm gonna use the pink side, and I'm just gonna put that on top just to give me a little brightness. Yeah, they're both very pretty. Perfect. And then whatever was left over on my brush that we used for putting the powder in, I'm just gonna go over. And then we have a highlighter here that I got also. This is from Alamar. And this is the Alamar brush that I told you about the other day. That is beautiful for highlighter too. And this is a really, really pretty highlighter. And how I do my highlighter is I do it above because there's very little texture there. A little down the nose and a little on top of the brow. Because highlighter should be like where the sun is gonna hit. And so that when you turn, perfect. All right. And then I'm just going to do a little bit in the brows. To give my brows a little bit more definition and cover the 1 or 2 grays that are choosing to come out. And that's that. So then I'm just going to use this spray from Euphoria. This is a skin moisturizing setting spray. I have so many setting sprays. It's like they're starting to pile up. So I'm trying to use because I love to be able to share with you guys when I get something, swatch it on my hands, do all that so that I can see it myself, what things feel like, share with you what things feel like, and then also take the time to enjoy. But when you open up so many things, what ends up happening is you don't, you got to use it. Otherwise, as soon as you open something, everything changes. This was also one of the fans that was in the Macy's box. And this also helps to get everything melded in. So that's that. So the last things that I have that I wanted to share with you guys, I've already think I've shared this palette with you, which is really amazing. This is from Revolution. I will do that right after, but I'm going to now do the 2 lippies that we got in the Macy's box yesterday. So this one here, let me actually, no, I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, so that's what this looks like. I'm gonna leave this on the lips as almost like a second moisturizer. Then I'll remove this so that we can do the YSL lipstick. And then I also pulled from another box that we got, the Buxom. I ended up getting that edit box that had all the Buxom products in it. So I'm gonna use that as the liner with, I think it'll be a good match for the YSL. And I'll do that in just a sec. I also pulled the Laura Geller from this month, their Style Eyes liner. This one's in Warm Cocoa. I thought it would be a nice little matchup with this. So let me, and then I also pulled the Lancome mascara as well, the white primer, and then from another box, the Lancome Hypno Drama. So I figured I'd pair those 2 together as well. So that's what we still have left to do. So let me get this moving along with in reference to the shadows. So again, this is also from the boxes. This is the SL Miss Glam. The way you know that are those 2 little gemstones. And what I'm gonna do is exactly like I did yesterday, all over the eye, above the, making a fake, you'll see crease, and then we're just gonna darken it up along the way. This is a beautiful palette, really inexpensive. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Patrick Ta. I don't own the Patrick Ta palette because it's a $70 eyeshadow palette, and for me, that is something that $70 is a lot to spend on an eyeshadow palette when you already have so much stuff. But when we have the opportunity through Ipsy to get Patrick Ta, I definitely choose it for my boxes so that I can enjoy some of the luxury at affordable prices that I'm comfortable spending. But if you're comfortable spending, that's, everyone spends their money, earns their money how they want. That's just my comfort zone. So this again, I don't feel I need eye primer, but don't forget, I always put a little bit of whatever's been on my face on my lids as well. But if you always want shadows to last longer or to the colors to be more vibrant, eye primer is always going to make a difference. Then I'm going to the next one in line, from the lightest to the next one up, and I go above my crease, making a fake crease. Because as I share, I have small eyes, and I don't have a lot of lid space. And there's a big difference between hooded eyes and small eyes. Hooded eyes means that the skin that you have above here is folding over almost into your eye, where for me, it's more, I'm sure I'm heading down that route as we get a little bit older, you know, different things happen. But for me currently, it's really just having a small eye. So doing this gives me more lid space. So you see how that, to me, in my eyes, opens up my eyes. And then I'm going with the next darkest shade, a little bit lower than that to give it more depth. And all just with a large fluffy brush. This one is from Maybelline, it's just the one I'm comfortable with. And then I take a pencil brush, and the next shade over, I'm going to deepen up my outer corners just by stamping. And then I'll show you that I blend. I'm gonna put a little whatever's on the brush halfway through. And this I'm going a little bit further in because I'm going to be putting a darker color on the outer. So I just want to put it as much as I can in. And then this is a clean, larger blending brush, but it's a little bit shorter. So that I feel gives me, where the other one has more fluff to it, so it spreads it. This I want it to be a little bit more precise. So the shorter the bristles are here and the more dense they are, I find that helps me. All right, so that's that there. And then I'm gonna take literally just one drop in the dark brown that's on the corner, the end of the palette. And then I'm just gonna put that on the outer here. And then I'm gonna blend that. I just find that gives a little bit more definition, and it's just not as boring as just putting just that brown. So you're just kind of building. And that's that. So then I'm going to take one of the beautiful colors that are in here, and I'm going to choose, I think, the lightest one. And I'm going to put that in the center. I'm going to show it to you with the spritz and without the spritz. So that's what it looks like with no spritz. I'm going to do that on both eyes. And I just go in a circle, pretty much so it goes like above where the pupil is. Then I'm going to go back in, get a little bit more on the brush, and then spray it. And I find this also, if there's going to be any fallout, it also helps to adhere to the lid. Also gives it a little bit more of a pop. And I go a little bit above, because like I said, we're cheating with my eyes to get that little more definition there. And that's that. So I'm just going to take a little smaller brush like we did the other day, and I'm going to take that same highlighter that we did earlier from Alamar and put it in my corners to just brighten up and also open up that area. And whatever's left on the brush, just under the brow. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush that's a little bit more detailed, and with that brown, I'm going to go in and I'm going to line the same way that I did the other day with the liquid liner, but just with a shadow today. And so I'm going on an angle and not following my eye line, because like I said, my eyes are starting to go down. So I want it to go up. that's what it looks like. Hopefully you guys are seeing. And then I'm going to take a little bit on the outer and put it right on the right underneath the eyelash on the lower. So almost like you're creating a V, but you're going to have a little bit of a space where there's nothing right over there in reference to more definition for the eyeline, because we're trying to make it go up. And then I'm going to just take the lighter shade that's in here and just put it back on the front here, because we didn't put anything there. And that's that. All right, so let's just take a little bit of the brown that we got in here. We're going to put a little bit in the waterline. But just on the outer corner. And if you want, you can tightline, which just means you're putting it on the upper rim here. But again, I'm only putting it in the outer corner. Just to give the eyes a little bit more depth. Okay, I'm just going to take another mirror out just to take a little closer look. And then we're going to do the mascara and the other lipstick, and we should be done. Whatever tweaking I need, I'll do off camera, but that's pretty much gives you an idea of what that look is going to look like. Now we're going to do quickly the mascara. Let me do the lip. The lips are even more hydrated from that Tarte product. So now we're going to do the buxom. And as I shared with you yesterday, I go just a tad above the bow, and then same thing just below on the bottom here. But then I bring it into my natural lip. And that's what that looks like there. And then we're going to do the Yves Saint Laurent, the YSL Beauty Lippy. Here we go. Just beautiful, really, really creamy. Beautiful, beautiful. Really happy with that. Even as creamy as the Tarte, this feels just as good. I might put, after, which I don't have here, I might put a gloss or something on top of this just to give it a little bit more definition, right dead center. But otherwise, I think that's really, really pretty. And now let me just do the mascara. So we're gonna do the primer from Lancome. This is such a treat to get this in here, because these always cost me $30. So if you get the opportunity in a box to even choose it, let alone get it as part of the box so everyone gets the opportunity to get this. It is the best thing for your lashes. And when we did the spoilers, we found out that you can also put this on at nighttime to act like as a conditioner for your lashes as well, which I never did. And I thought that was such a great idea. So that is what it looks like on the lashes. And they want you to let it dry. This, it actually does more than just condition your lashes. It actually will help give a little bit more length to your lashes as well. That's what I feel. But other ones, if they don't give me what I want, at least I know they're conditioning my lashes. And you're creating a barrier also from the mascaras with these lash primers, because they do act like conditioners. And ever since I started using primers, especially for mascara, I found that when I take my makeup off at night, which I always do my eyes separate, I always use, as I tell you, micellar water. It ends up giving me no lash fallout, which is absolutely amazing. I'm just going to dip in again. Okay, and then we're going to use the other mascara, and then we should be done. So let me just do one more spritz. This helps set, but it also helps cool you down, which is always nice. And then the mascara. So this is the one that is my favorite is called Death and Sill, but this one is the one that is called Hypnos, I think, and that has a little bit of a curve to it as well, which the other one does not. But the bristles are really fantastic on this. They're really wide, and they will definitely, I love when the bristles have some short, some long, so it pretty much grabs everything. And if you have not had the opportunity to try a luxury mascara, the ones from Lancome are definitely the ones you want to invest in. But like I said, if you can get it in a sample size in a subscription box, it is amazing, because mini mascaras at Sephora are usually $10 a pop. And that's why I always say to you through the Ipsy shop to grab it, because it is amazing. But if you are with the Macy's box, what is also great is you get that coupon, and then these mascaras are normally, you know, in that $30, $25 to $30 range. You can definitely use your coupons to help make that a little bit easier. But all these places always have sales as well, so you just have to keep your eyes open for that. And that's one eye with mascara and one eye without. So as you can tell, it really does complete the look. I definitely am going to do the lower lashes as well, but let me just do the other eye next. I normally don't do my mascara like this. As I share with you, I have a back machine that I have to lie down. I did it before I sat here, but I'm definitely going to have to do it after sitting here for this amount of time. And I'll finish up whatever has to be done there on my back. Just beautiful. They just look like fluttery, like just really, really pretty. Let me just see if I... And that's that. So that's all I have for you guys today. And like I said, whatever needs to be touched off once I'm off camera, I'll do that, because I'm looking in mirrors that it's not like 10 times or 5 times. These are just regular mirrors. And I want to take a closer look before I start my day, take my hair done, get dressed, and do all that. But I definitely wanted to share with you about these 2 foundations. So let me just quickly do a swatch here of the one that we have on my face right now. And if you've watched this video all the way to the end, as always, I appreciate it so much. But a good way for me to know that you did is for you to leave in the comments, compare is going to be the word, because we're going to be comparing these 2. So this is the one that is the tint that is running, because that one has a little bit more slip to it. But I definitely wanted to show you the exact same number is not the same at all. So the one that we just did, this is the tint, and then this is the one that I have on my face right now, which is obviously a better match for me. And just so you know, this one here that we have on does oxidize a little. I'm going to put it on again over here, so you can see what the color looks like right out of the jar, the bottle, excuse me. That is what it looks like. So you can see when they say something's oxidizing, it just means it gets a little bit darker when air hits it. So this is straight out of the bottle. So when you look at it, that's the shade you think you're going to be getting. It is going to darken up. And the other one in the bottle is like that. So again, these are both 129, but in 2 different formulas. So if you want this dark shade, you're going to have to go up in numbers. And if you want lighter, then the 129 will be lighter in the other formulation. So the one that we have on my face right now is the new one, which is Maybelline. This is the Lumi Matte Foundation. And the other one is the Skin Tint and the new Lumi Matte. So those are the 2 shades, both 129. So again, to my naked eye, I was right. They look completely different. And that's a little disappointing, because when you're shopping online, especially on Amazon, you can only go by those little swatches. So it's, you know, trial and error, but it's also easy to return on Amazon if you pick up the wrong color as well. As always, I will do my best to link a few things that we used here that I got on Amazon. I'll try to pin it in the comment down below. But if there's anything you're interested in that I can pin from Amazon, I appreciate so much when you guys interact with me through the comments, because that's my lifeline to you guys. And that's it for this video, guys. So everybody, continue to stay safe and well. I'm happy you're enjoying these type of videos. They're hard for me to do because I have to wake up extra early to have the time to do this and film, but because I don't edit, it will make it a little bit easier, but it does make the videos a little bit longer. So I appreciate so much when you guys sit with me and spend your time with me here, and that you're learning and you like a little bit of my tricks that I didn't even know were tricks, but they're things that I love being able to share. But talking and putting on makeup takes a lot longer, because normally I don't spend any more than 10 or 15 minutes getting my makeup put on by me in the mirror standing up over there. And that's it. So take care, everybody. I hope everyone has a great day whenever you see this, and I will see you all soon again in my next video. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.